Okay, so I almost forgot to record. Okay, anyway, so in this number sequence, this one here is plus 13, right? Then plus 13, plus 13, until plus 13, right? So this means that this is an arithmetic sequence. Oops, arithmetic sequence. And in that arithmetic sequence, the average is just the last number plus the first divided by 2. Average, right? Hmm. So this becomes 423 plus 7 divided by 2. And the answer is 230, 430 divided by 15. 430. 430 divided by 2, which is 215. And this is our final answer. Okay? As easy as like that. Okay, I think color blue is better in here. Huh? So any questions for that? No. No. Okay, very good. How about the others? No questions also? Very easy, right? Okay, so we will now proceed with the next question. Table tennis ball, okay, are drawn at random without replacement from a bag containing 33 white ball, 33 white table tennis balls, okay, table tennis balls, 22 orange table tennis balls, and 11 blue table tennis balls. At least how many balls need to be drawn to ensure that three white table tennis balls and three orange table tennis balls are drawn? Okay, now we just need to think about worst case scenario. Okay, the worst case scenario is that you are very unlucky. The worst case that could happen, you are very unlucky. Okay, now you want to get white and orange. You have here 33 white, 22 orange, and 11 blue. So worst case is as in here, at least how many balls needed to be drawn to ensure the three white table tennis balls and three orange table tennis balls. So of course you will take all the blue, okay? All blue. Plus you need three white and three orange. Which one has the most number of balls? The white or the orange? It's the
White.
white, right? So unlucky, you took all white. Then that's the time that you were able to get three orange. Okay? And that would be 11 plus 33 plus 3 orange. So that would be 47 balls all in all. Okay? As easy as like that. Okay? Any questions? None. How about the others?
No.
None also. Okay. Let's now go with number 3. Robert goes north for 39 kilometers, then goes east for 21 kilometers, then goes south for 19 kilometers. How far is he from the original position? Now, you can draw this one, right? So say, for example, you went north 39 kilometers, 39 kilometers, but you went south 19 kilometers. So this would be 39 minus 19, which is equal to 20. So this is 20 kilometers north. Okay? So it will become 20 kilometers north And then it says in here, east, not 21 kilometers. So, like that, 21 kilometers. Now, how far is he from the original position? So, the original position will be found in here. Oops, wrong color. So, the original position will be found in here. Hmm. And we should get the distance of that one. And we can solve that one using Pythagorean. Okay? And that will become in here. This is the C is equal to root of 21 squared plus 20 squared. And that is equal to root of 441 plus 400. That's root of 841. And that is the answer 29. Okay, any question? No questions? Okay, let's now have number 4. Given that A is to B is 5 is to 6, B is to C is 3 is to 2, and C is to D is 4 is to 3, and D is to E is 5 is to 7, and A plus B plus C minus D plus E is equal to 5, 6, 7, what is the value of E minus D? Okay, so we are solving for the E minus D. Tama? Okay. Okay, there is an annotation in here, no? I'll erase it, ha? Okay. So, where was I? So, we go in here, no? So, we have in here, we're gonna solve for everything first. This one is equal to 5, 6, 7. Okay. Mhm. So, we have here A is to B, but that is 5 is to 6. But if you look at B is to C, that is 3 is to 2. So, that would be 6 is to 4. Tama? And C is to D is 4 is to 3. So, this is to 3. Okay. Now, the next one in here is that until E. So, to E in here is 5 is to 7. So, this will become 15 is to 21. Okay? Hmm. Para we can keep the 5 is to 7. We multiply everything by
Five.
multiply by
Five.
5. 15. I forgot to write pala 5 is to 7. Sorry. I will write here 5 is to 7. So from the original, it's 5 is to 7. But we cannot have that one. So we have it as 15 is to 21. Okay? Any questions? None?
No question wrong.
Now, yeah, you have any question ba? Okay. So now we should complete in here the ratio na A is to B is to T is to C is to D is to E. No? Now, for D in here, we multiplied by 5. Yung 3, it became 5. So the 4, it will become 20. Multiply by 5. The 4 is multiplied by 5. That's why naging 20. So say 6 magiging 30. Multiply by 5 also. No? And then in here, the B is multiplied by 5, so yung A magiging 25. So the final ratio is 25 is to 30 is to 20 is to 15 is to 21. Tama? Okay. Now, on that one, it will result to 5, 6, 7. Tama? Now, we put the ratio para we can equate it to 5, 6, 7. So it will become 25x plus 30x plus 20x minus 15x plus 21x is equal to 5, 6, 7. Okay? So we have in here 25 plus 30 plus 20 minus 15 plus 21. and that would be equal to 81. X is equal to 5, 6, 7. And x here is equal to simply 7. Okay? Mm. Now, our E value in here, take note, don't forget that this one here is for A, B, C, D, E. So our D and E value in here, since we're gonna solve for E minus D, our E value is 21 times 7 minus our D value, which is 15x, okay, which is 15 times 7. Okay? Now, we can factor out the 7, magiging 21 minus 15, and it is 7 times 6. So our answer is 42. As easy as like that. Okay? Got that one? Any questions? Okay, Yuri, any questions? Uh-huh. Brian?
Sir,
Yes?
can you hear me, sir? So
Yes, I can
where
hear you.
why where did where did we get the value A is to B is to C is to D is to E equal to 25 is to 30 is when to 20 is to 15 is to 21.
Okay. So just like what I said earlier, we started at 5 is to 6. Tama? For A is to B. Now for B is to C, it's 3 is to 2. In here, this one here, the value in here is 3 is to 2. But our B is already 6. So let's make it as 6 is to 4. Okay. Ba? So this one in here will become 5 is to 6 is to 4 is to 3 already. No? But for D is to E, it's 5 is to 7. Now, we cannot use the 5 and we cannot use the 3 because the D part in here should have a common na multiple para we can have them as a ratio. Okay? So we use 15. So for having 15, yung 5 is to 7 becomes 15 is to 21. Got that one?
Yes, sir.
No? But 3 times 5 is, 3 times, yeah, 15 divided by 3 is 5. So we multiplied 5 to 3. It will become 15. So this one multiply by 5 also. It will become 20. Okay? So multiply by 5 also, it will become 30. Multiply by 5 also, it will become 25. So the ratio is 25 is to 30 is to 20 is to 15 is to 21. Get that one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any more questions? How about the 25x plus 30x plus 20x minus 15x plus 21x is equal to 567? You understood that part?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we can solve for x. X here is our ratio. Okay. That's the constant value that we always keep on multiplying to 25, 30, 20, 15, and 21. Okay. Then we can solve for E. Then we can solve for D. Then subtract them. Then we can get 42. And that is our answer. Okay. Any more questions? None?
Oh, done.
Okay. Let's go to the next question. 23rd January 2025 is Thursday. Which day of the week? Oops. Which day of the week will 23rd of January 2032 be? Okay. Very easy. You can just do the listing method on this one. No? Or just simply write it down if you don't want to be confused. Okay? So, but in here, I'll teach you a different way, which we have 2032 minus 2025. Okay? And that is 7. Right? Hmm. Now, on that 7 days, if you notice in here, we have 7 days. The problem is we have a leap year. What is our leap year in here? We have 20, 28. Tama? Hmm. So when it comes to leap year, okay, it will be 366 divided by 7. That will be remainder 2. Diba? So instead of 1 day after, 2 days after. So 7 plus 1. Kasi meron pang, because we have one more 1 day after, right? Which will result to 8 days all in all. Okay? So 8 divided by 7, it's 1 remainder 1. So this one here means 1 day after Thursday. And that is our answer. Any questions? Hmm. Or if you want to do the listing method, you can do the listing method. Okay? So you can have 2026. Now, question, why do you think that on 2032, it's not, I didn't consider that one as leap year? Why do you think that I didn't consider that one as leap year?
Because it's still not February, sir.
Correct. Because it didn't pass through February 29. So there's no 1 day added, right? There's no 1 day added yet. Okay? Now, in here, since it starts with Thursday, so this is Friday. So this is Saturday. But this is leap year, so Monday. So Tuesday. So Wednesday. So Thursday. And it didn't pass through the leap day, which is February 29. So this one here is Friday. And our answer here is Friday. 1 day after Thursday. Oh, sorry, I forgot to write the final answer in here. 1 day after Thursday, which is Friday. Okay. Any questions with that? None? Very easy, no? Again, we will be having our break at number 15, okay? Okay, let's now have number 6. According to the pattern shown below, what is the number on the blank? Now, pattern. What do you notice with the pattern?
Sequence of number.
So how did we get from here to here? Oops.
Increases by 3.
Increases by 3, but 11 to 17, that is increasing by?
As
6.
So if you observe the pattern in here, it is
is
plus 6.
increasing by 3x.
This one
I
here is
think
plus 6.
I think it's
That
I think
one,
equal to reach to
that's
times
12.
12,
12,
Okay?
24,
Then that one here is
24.
24,
24. Then this one here is
48,
okay. So 48. So the next one is
96,
96. And 101 plus 96
Kanina ba?
is 197. Very easy. Huh? Okay, no questions? I'll proceed with number 7.
Why did you suddenly add 96?
Because the pattern there, look at 8 to 11, you added 3. 11 to 17, you added 6. 17 to 29, you added 12. 29 to 53, we added 24. 53 to 101, we added 48. What's the pattern with the numbers that we added? 3, 6, 12, 24, 48, then 96. Okay? So 96 is the one that we are gonna add with 101. So 101 plus 96, 197. Got that one?
Yeah.
Okay. So very easy, no? Okay, we are now on arithmetic part. Find the value of y. And then if you look at the given in here, the same, right? This one is the same with this one. Oops, sorry. So this one is the same with this one. So, meaning the same yung, we have the same English translation and Chinese translation, right? So, no need to worry on that one. Now, you're already secondary two, okay? You should know systems of linear equation, okay? Mm. Because I've been doing that one since I was on grade 7 or secondary 1. So, you should also, right? Now, in systems of linear equation, we have 2x plus 3y is equal to 10, right? Now, if you look at this one, we have 4x minus 2y is equal to 4. We can have that one as 2x minus y is equal to 2. Simplify, right? Then, we have 2x plus 2 is equal to y, meaning the value of y is 2x plus 2. So, using the first equation that we wrote, it will become 2x plus 3, and then the value of y is 2x plus 2 is equal to 10. So we take the value of y in here, right? So we have 2x plus 6x plus 6 is equal to 10. Okay? So this is, so this is, did I write something wrong? Okay, I wrote something wrong. This is minus 2 dapat. Okay? This is minus 2 because when we transpose, it becomes minus. No? Okay. So this becomes 8x is equal to 10 transpose, it will become plus 6. Same in here, when we transpose, it becomes minus 2. Okay. So this is plus 6. So we have in here 8x is equal to 16 and our x is equal to 2. Hence, our y is equal to 2x minus 2, which is 2 times 2 minus 2. And the answer is 4 minus 2, which is 2. As easy as like that. Okay? And take note, there could be a lot of there could be a lot of solutions in here. You can use elimination method. Okay? Hmm. Coach, what to do with the elimination method? Okay. So for elimination method, we have in here 4x minus 2y is equal to 4. Now, our 2x plus 3y is equal to 10. We multiply by 2. It will become 4x plus 6y is equal to 10. So this is 4x plus 6y is equal to 10. Now, we subtract them. 4x minus 4x, 0. Negative 2y minus 6y, it's negative 8y. Then this one in here is 4. Okay, 20 pala dapat. Okay, correct. Kasi times 2, right? So we have in here 4 minus 20, it's negative 16. So negative of negative, okay? Cancel, cancel. Y is equal to 2. So still the same answer. Okay? Okay, very easy. I showed you 2 solutions. You choose which ones you find easy. So no questions. Okay, tell me if you have any questions.
No, just kidding.
Okay, very good. So let's now have here number 8. How many integers are there for this one? Take note, this is an inequality, but I don't think that in this inequality we'll do inversion. No inversion, right? Because we are not dividing a negative number. We're not multiplying a negative number, and we are not getting the reciprocal. Okay? So let's solve this as it is. Okay. So for this one, we have it as -1 for x plus 11 all over 7, 31. What we're gonna do is multiply everything by 7. Okay? So this becomes -7 4x plus 11, then 217, right? Now what we're gonna do is subtract everything by 11. Subtract 11, subtract 11, subtract 11. Oh, okay. Now, on that part, this becomes, oops, -18 4x, then 206. Divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4. So this is 4 and 1 half, 51 and 1 half. Now, we are just looking for integers, right? Integers. You know the difference between integers and rational numbers. Integers, no fractions included, right? Now, when you have 4 and 1 half, is 4, -4 greater than 4 and 1 half, or 4 and 1 half is greater than -4? 4 is greater than 4 and 1 half. So meaning we have -4 and 1 half. So this one here is -4, -3, -2, -1 until we go to 51. Okay? Because in a number line, this one is your -4 and 1 half. This one is your -4. So meaning this one here is bigger, right? So we include -4. And how many numbers are there? Solving for the number of terms. What's the formula for number of terms? N, that's last, minus the first, divided by skip count, plus 1. Skip count here is simply 1, so this is 51 minus -4 plus 1. So this is 51 plus 4 plus 1. That's 52 plus 4, so the answer is 56. As easy as like that. Okay? Okay, so let's now proceed with the next question. Number 9, find the sum of possible values of real number x if, okay, so of course we can, what's the absolute value? Let's know the definition of our absolute value. If you have absolute value of a, that's equal to a. But if you have absolute value of negative a, that's equal to a. So meaning the value for a is positive a and negative a. Okay? The two of them, right? Okay. Now, we should do the positive positive, okay, and negative negative, okay, and then the positive negative, okay. Let's have that one, so that you won't be confused, okay. Okay. Now, for the first one in here, we can have that one as x plus 9. Okay. So x plus 9 minus 5 minus x equal to 10. So we can have positive, positive. So this is x plus 9 minus 5, 5 minus x is equal to 10, right? And then we have here x minus 5, x minus 9 minus 5 plus x, that's 2x. So our x in here is equal to 3. Okay? 3, right? Do I need to solve it all? I don't think so, no? Kasi you're smart. This is just x plus 9 minus 5 plus x. So 2x, and then this one here is 4. So magiging 2x is equal to 6 minus 10 minus 4, which is 6. So x here is equal to 3. Okay? Okay. Now, we do the negative, negative. Okay? We do the negative, 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 negative. So in that case, it will become x plus 9 minus of the negative of 5 minus x. Okay. So this one will become negative x minus 9. Then this one here is negative of negative 5 plus x. Okay. I'm writing it full in here so that you won't be confused. And this one will become negative x minus 9 plus 5, and then minus 4, so negative 2x, and then negative 4 equal to 10. Okay. So it will become negative 2x is equal to 14. So our x is equal to 7. Okay? Like that. Okay. X is equal to, negative 7. I forgot. Okay, that one. And we can also have it as positive, negative. Okay? So we'll do positive, negative, then negative, positive. Okay. So this is x plus 9, then plus na siya of 5 minus x is equal to 10. So this is x minus 9, then this is 5, this is 14, 0. So it will become 0x, no? Possible. So if we have it naman as like this, it will become negative, positive, so negative x, negative 9, then plus the positive, which is the positive, which is minus x, okay, equal to 10. Okay. And then in this case, it will become negative x minus 9 minus 5 plus x. Okay, see? Cancelled na naman siya, right? So we have these values, okay? But if you notice for this one, it will take us so much time, right? When we can do something like this. Wait lang, I don't have much space. Where do I write it? Okay. There's a recording naman for this one. This one takes so much time while you can do something like this. I can't erase everything. This one is on Microsoft Edge na writing. That is why. Kita. So if you notice for that solution, it takes quite some time, right? But there's an easier way that I'm sure that is taught in your school. Okay, erase. Okay. So there is an easier way, which is, look at this one. Right? So we can say that x is lesser than negative 9, kasi this is negative 9, while this one in here is x is greater than 5. Okay? Or equal to 5. So if we rewrite this one, we will have x is lesser than negative 9. The negative 9 is lesser than or equal to x is lesser than 5. Or 5 is lesser than or equal to x. The three of them. Okay? They should be inclusive to one another. Okay? Now, if x here is equal to negative 9, okay? If x here is lesser than negative 9, so it will become negative, diba? So, it will become negative of x plus 9 minus 5 minus x is equal to 10. Now, if you simplify this, okay, where our value for x is negative 9, diba? And this one here is negative 9. It will become negative 14 is equal to 10. And that is wrong. Okay. Now, if we have this one, negative 9 is lesser than or equal to x is lesser than 5. So we just simply write the original here. And that one will result 2x plus 4 equal to 10, where our x is equal to 3. The same earlier, right? It was the same earlier. Now, for 5 lesser than or equal to x, it will become x plus 9 minus of the negative of 5 minus x to 10. It will become 14 equal to 10. That is wrong kasi 14 is not equal to 10. So the only value that we have in here is x equal to 3. Like that. Which is the same as our answer earlier. Okay? Which was the same for our answer earlier. Okay? Now, earlier, what was our one more answer? I think we have one more answer earlier that we wrote.
-7.
The negative 7, correct. Now, for negative 7, this one is not taken in here, no? But if you put negative 7 in here, this one here is negative 7, it will become 2 minus, this one here will become 12, right? But is that correct? It will become negative 10. So negative 7 not included, okay? Okay, let's have now number 10. Oh, very easy on this one, right? You're already secondary 2. I hope you already know how to complete the square. So by completing the square, we group this first and we group this first. Okay? So we have here 3, then x squared minus 2x. Okay? Then factor out the 12. It will become y squared plus 2y. Then we have minus 9. Okay? Now, don't forget, where did I get that one? This is just 3x squared minus 6x minus 12y squared minus 24y minus 9. It's the same thing. Okay? I didn't change any. I just factored out the 3 and the 12. Now, in completing the square, very important to remember that what you should do is negative 2 divided by 2 then square. Here, it's 2 divided by 2 then square. So that is 1. So meaning, we have in here, this part in here, 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 minus 12y squared plus 2y plus 1, negative 9. Okay? Now, in our left side, we had 3 times, 3 times 1, right? And that is equal to 3. So to negate this one, like we did nothing, we put minus 3. Okay? In here, we did minus 12. So to negate it to do nothing, we do plus 12. So simplifying everything in here, this part, it will become 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 minus 12 y squared minus 2y plus 1 minus 9 minus 3 plus 12. And that's equal to 0. Okay? Now, simplifying this one, so we have here 3. Since this is already a complete square, this one here is x minus 1 squared. This one here is y plus 1 squared. Okay? So we complete now the square. So this will become x minus 1 square minus 12 y plus 1 squared, right? And we can factor out the 2. So if we factor out the 2 in here, it will become what? Okay. So if you factor out the 2 in here, it will 2. If you factor out the 3 in here, 3 has 3. If you factor out the 3 in here, it will become x minus 1 squared. Okay. Then this will become 4, then y plus 1 squared, right? Now we can return the 4 because the 4 here is 2 squared. Okay? It's 2 squared. So it will become 3x minus 1 squared minus 2y plus 2 squared. Okay. That one. Any questions? And this part will become the difference of 2 squares. Okay. Don't forget the reason why it became 2y plus 2 is because I returned the 2 in here. Not because of the 2 squared. We factored out the 2 squared from the square parenthesis, right? Okay. So it's just the same as 4 square root. It's 2. So you go back with the 2. Okay na. Okay. It's okay. Don't forget that this is equal to a squared minus b squared formula. And that is a plus b, a minus b, right? So our final answer in here will become 3 times the parenthesis of a plus b, or that is x minus 2y minus 3, then x plus 2y plus 1. And that is all. Okay, any questions? No questions. Okay, let's do number 11. Given that x is real number, find the minimum. Oh, very easy. You can do completing the square or you can do the formula. Huh? So, now, does any one of you know the formula of this one?
Sir, is that a square plus ba plus c?
Okay, so the formula in here, so it will just be c minus b squared over 4a, right? And that is 25 minus 4 over 4. And that is 25 minus 1, which is equal to 24. Now, we have other solution. The other solution is the general solution, which is completing the square. Still the same, right? Completing the square. So if you have here x squared minus 2x, how do we complete the square? It's negative 2 over 2 plus 1. No. Negative 2 over 2 square. No? So this is plus 1 na in here. So if you have plus 25, we added plus 1 on the left side. So we should put minus 1 in here. So this is x squared minus 2x plus 1 plus 24. Rewriting this one, we get x minus 1 squared plus 24. So minimum value at x is equal to 1. Hence, we will have x minus 1 squared plus 24, 0. And the answer for minimum value is 24. Okay? Hmm. So for easy questions like this, secondary 1, secondary 2, you can use formula, which is c minus b squared over 4a. But when it comes to difficult question, secondary 3, senior secondary, you use completing the square. Okay? Okay. Now, let's do this one. Given that a and b are distinct roots, find the value of a minus b squared. Okay. Now, to solve for this one, there is what we call Vietas. Where if you have ax squared
Oh,
plus bx plus c, okay, this is for quadratic, ha? This is for quadratic, okay? So in here, our formula for our sum is just negative b over a, okay? Well, the formula for our product is simply c over a, okay? Now, in this part, it's negative b over a. This one here is negative of negative 12 over 1. So the answer is simply 12. While our product is c over a, and it is 8 over 1, which is simply 8. Now, the sum refers to the sum of roots. So that is, yung roots that we have is a and b. So a plus b is equal to 12. Sum of roots. Hmm. And then this one here is AB is equal to 8. And this is product of roots. Okay? Now, the problem is we want to solve for A minus B squared and we don't have that one, right? What
is
we
this
have is
is this two
A,
different A's?
yeah,
Two like the this A's is different from this, right?
yeah, because this one refers to the formula for the Vieta's
Ah,
formula.
ah.
This one refers to roots. Mm. Okay? Because the Vieta's formula uses this one. A squared plus bx plus c. Don't be confused. No, they are different. Ha? Different. So, different A. Okay. Okay. So, we don't have A minus B squared because what we have is only A plus B squared. No? And A minus B squared is A squared minus 2AB plus B squared. And what we have is A plus B squared, which is A squared plus 2AB plus B squared, right? And this one here is equal to 12 squared, which is 144. So we can say that in here, our A squared plus B squared is equal to 12 squared minus 2AB, right? So this is 144 minus 2 times AB, which is 8 to 16, right? Hmm. Okay. So 144 minus 16, we get here 128. That's the value for a squared plus b squared. Now, what is our a minus b squared? What is that one nga? A squared minus 2ab plus b squared. And we know already that this is 128. So what we don't have is 2ab. And 2ab is again, it's still 8. So this is 128 minus 2 times 8, which is minus 16. So the answer is 112. And that is our final answer. Okay? Okay, let's now go with our number theory. Okay, so you are already given in here what are the terms, right? So in here, it says in here that for 3 plus 5 plus 9 until we don't know what the number is, right? This one here is 2 raised to 1 plus 1. This one here is 2 squared plus 1. And this one here is 2 cubed plus 1. So how many plus 1 are there all in all? We have
11.
a total of 12, right? Until 12, right?
Yes, sir.
So yung plus 1, there will be 12. Okay. So what we are gonna solve here is 2 raised to 1 plus 2 raised to 2 plus 2 raised to 3 until 2 raised to 12. Tama? Okay, correct? And that is just simply 2 plus 4 plus 8 until 4,096. And how do we get the sum of this? It's just 2 times 4,096 minus 2. Okay? As easy as like that, right? So 2 times 4,096 minus 2, we get there 8,190. And then we have to add the other plus 12. So 8,100, oops, 8,202 kasi 8,190 plus 12. Okay? So the unit digit was the question. I forgot. So the question is about unit digit. So the unit digit here is 2. Okay?
Sorry, can I see again the answer of question 10?
The question is about the unit digit or the ones digit. So since we get our sum in here, which is 8,202, the question is just asking for the unit digit, which is 2. So the answer is 2. Okay? Was that your question? I wasn't able to hear it properly.
Question 10.
Question 10. Oh, we are very far from that.
No, I just want to see the answer.
Your answer? In here?
Yeah.
You wanna copy? Oh, sige, you copy.
Okay.
Okay, you copy first. You do it fast. We need to keep up with the time.
Okay, I'm finished.
Okay, done?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's now have number 14 in here. So 14 is what we call remainder technique. Okay? Technique. So for remainder technique, we have in here 44 raised to 198, then divided by 3. No? So that part, to be honest with you just need to divide 44 by 3. And you get the 7. Oops.
Can we use
So,
modulo?
yes, you can use modulo. So if you use modulo, it's same thing. So this is 14 remainder. So later, I'll show you the modulo, which is the same. Okay? Which is the same. In modulo, the other way to do that is still remainder technique. And that is what I'm doing in the first solution. Okay? Now, we use the remainder because remainder technique. So this becomes 2 raised to 198 and then divided by 3. Now, 2 divided by 3 will be 0. But you will have there a negative. Diba? Oh. So, you'll have there, wait for a while. I'll erase this. So, if you have this one here, you can either do plus 3 or minus 3, right? If you do plus 3, it will become 5. If you do minus 3, it will become negative 1. So negative 1 raised to 198 divided by 3. And negative 1 raised to an even number, it's just equal to 1. So the answer is 0, remainder 1. So remainder 1. Okay? Now, in modulo technique, to use modulo, You have here 44 divided by 3, which is still 2, 198 modulo 3, right? And for that part, again, it's either you do plus 3 or minus 3. So if you do plus 3, it will become 5. If you do minus 3, it will become negative 1. So it will become negative 1, 198 modulo 3. And negative 1 raised to an even number is still 1 modulo 3. And the answer is 1. Still the same. See? No difference, right? Okay. Would you like to have some break after 15 or let's just continue with the class?
I think just continue it.
Okay. Or we can finish everything, right? Okay, so it says in here, find the real number c such that, very easy. When you say that x plus 4 is a factor, it means it is a root. Okay? Very important to remember. When you say that it is a factor, meaning it is also a root. So meaning, since it is a root, x plus 4 is equal to 0 and our x is equal to negative 4. Then, we just have 25x squared plus 100x plus c. Put the value of, okay, equate it to 0 since we have already a root or a factor. So we will put the value of x, which is negative 4 squared plus 100 times negative 4 plus c is equal to 0. This is 400 minus 400 plus c is equal to 0. Cancel, cancel. So c is equal to 0. And 0 is our answer. Okay? Okay. Very easy, right? Okay. Let's continue so that we can finish this. There are 30 questions. Given x is greater than 0, satisfying x minus 2x over 7 is equal to 25, find the value of 21x. Okay. So for this part in here, we have x. Okay, that one. So what are we gonna do? We multiply everything by 7. It will become 7x minus 2x. Then 25 times 7 is 175. 5x is equal to 175. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. Our x value is equal to 35. We're not yet done. We are looking for 21x, and that's 21 times 35, and that is 735. Okay? Okay. No question. Okay. Let's now
Teacher,
proceed. Huh? Yes,
teacher, what's the answer of question 14?
here. 1.
Oh, thank you,
Yes.
teacher.
Okay, let's have here number 17. Okay. So for number 17, in here, find the sum of positive factors 20, 25. First is, you should learn already this one, no? So you should do the prime factorization of 20, 25. Okay. Now, you see in here that that's 20, 25. There is 25 on the last digit. It's divisible by 25. So 25, that's 81, no? Okay. And this one here is 5 squared. This one here is 5 squared. And this one here is 3 raised to 4, right? Okay. So this one here is 3 raised to 4 times 5 squared. Now, if you want to solve for sum of positive factors, okay, so the formula for that one is just 3 raised to 4 plus 3 raised to 3 plus 3 squared plus 3 raised to 1 plus 3 raised to 0 times 5 squared plus 5 raised to 1 plus 5 raised to 0. Okay? And that one there is 81 plus 27 plus 9 plus 3 plus 1. And that is just 20, ay, yeah, 25 plus 5 plus 1. And we will get in here 121 times 31. And the answer is 1573. So that is 3,751. Okay? Any questions? Don't forget, when using the prime factors, there are three different ways in solving. It's solving for the sum of positive factors, number of factors, and the number of simplified proper fractions or the number of co-prime. So don't forget about that one. Let's now have 18. So we have in here x minus 1 over x is equal to 24. But what we want is x squared plus 1 over x squared. So we want to get the square of this and square this also, right? Then don't forget that you have a plus b squared. That is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Oh, this is minus. So let's use minus, okay? Minus, minus. So, following that one, this will become a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So, this is x squared minus 2 times a, then times b, which is 1 over x, plus b squared, which is 1 over x squared, is equal to 24 squared, which is 576. Right? No? Cancel this, cancel this. We get here x squared plus 1 over x squared minus 2 is equal to 578, right? And we have x squared plus 1 over x squared is equal to 578. Ay, yeah,
Why?
not the answer. 576. Then this one here, plus 2. That's why 578. And that is our final answer. Okay? So as easy as like that, right? Okay, next question. We have here number 19. Given that the radius of sector is 9, okay. If the perimeter of the sector is 50, find its area. First is, we don't know its sector, right? Because when we say sector, it's like a part of the pizza, okay? So, we don't know this angle in here. Let's say that is angle N. But this is radius, okay? So, in here, in getting the formula, it's R plus N over 360 of the circumference, which is 2 pi R, right? Now, in our pi in here, should we write, there's no value of pi, right? I don't think there's a value of pi. So the perimeter of this sector is equal to 50, okay? Now, R plus R is 9 plus 9 plus N over 360 times 2 times R, which is 18, times pi is equal to 50, right? Any questions with that? Now, what is the value of our pi?
3.14.
3.14. Uh-huh.
3.14.
Let me think first. If we use 3.14 or 22/7, it's not stated in the question, right? Not stated if you're gonna use this or we are gonna use that. So 9 plus 9, that's 18, 50, 60. Okay, anyway, let's simplify first. So this one here is 18. It will become minus 18 in here. It will become 32, right? So it will become n over 360 times pi times 18 is equal to 32. Divide by 18. Divide by 18. It will become 16 over 9. That's n over 360 times pi. Okay. So this is now the challenge because the pi, we should determine what is the value of that. It's not stated in there, right? Pi r. Oh, look, it's looking for the area, right? And what is the formula for area in here? It's just the n over 360 times pi r squared, right? We still have n over 360 because the n over 360 in here refers to the fraction of circle, making it a sector, right? Because the whole circle is the whole thing. But if you want to solve for the sector only, it's only a part of that circle. Okay, it's only a part of that circle. Now, the part of that circle is n over 360, right? So that is the one that we're gonna solve. So in getting the perimeter, it's just n over 360 of the 2 pi r, right? But in getting the area, it's n over 360 of pi r squared. So meaning we already have this part, which is 16 over 9, coming from here, right? And what we need is only the r squared, which is 16 over 9 times 9 times 9. Cancel, cancel. We get 16 times 9, which is 144. And 144 is our answer. That is why the pi, which is 3.14 or 22/7, is not given anymore. Right? Any questions?
No, sir.
Don't forget that this part in here is perimeter, while this part in here is already the area. Okay? Then it's very important to have n over 360 because that one will refer to it as a sector. If there is no n over 360, so that means it's not a sector. Okay? Oh, what is that one? This one, to get the perimeter, it's just r, the radius, plus the radius, plus this part of the circumference. Right? So this is r in here, 9, r in here, 9, then the circumference, a part of a circumference. That is why 2 pi r. In here, the the one written here on top. Okay? Got that one?
I understand now.
Okay. So let's do number 2. Okay, number 2. A straight line L passes through 5, 3 with a slope of -3. Find the x-intercept. When you say x-intercept, it means value of x. Wrong color. Value of x when y equals 0, no? So meaning we have here a point where it's x0, okay? Now our first point is 533. What is the formula for our slope? Rise over run. So it's y sub 2, y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And we know that the value for slope is negative 3. We choose which one is our y sub 2, which one is our y sub 1. So we have 33 minus 0 over 5 minus x. Okay? And this will become negative 3 of 5 minus x cross multiply is equal to 33. Okay? This is negative 15 plus 3x is equal to 33. So our x value, when we transpose it in here, it will become 3x is equal to 48 and our x is equal to 16. And that's it. Hmm. Okay, any questions? Yuri? Yes, what's your question? Hello, can you open your mic or you want to write something or put something on the chat? You raised your hand.
Oh, no.
Yeah?
Sorry, I couldn't open my microphone. Where did you get the minus 0? 33 minus
Oh,
0 over
okay.
5
So you
minus.
label it properly. Okay, sige, I will label it properly in here. So what I will have in here is that this one will be my this 5 this 533 in there. That will be my it's confusing the annotation. I will delete muna this one. Okay. So this 5 in here, okay, you need to put if that is y sub 2 or y sub 1. No? So this one here, I will use that one as x sub 2. So this is y sub 2. Okay? And this one here will be x sub 1. Then this is y sub 1. So following the formula which is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, it will become 33 minus 0, then 5 minus x. Okay? Any questions with that? None. Okay. Let's now have number 21. Refer to the figure below. ABC is a right angled triangle. Given AD is 8, BD is 4, DE is 6, and DE is parallel. Okay, find the length of CE in here. Okay, that part. Okay, so we are solving for CE, right? Then we don't know yet. Okay, so we can use here similar triangles. Okay, similar triangles. So if the ratio here is 8, then the corresponding side is 8 plus 4, which is 12. Okay. Then the whole thing is 12. So we don't know the thing in here, right? Okay. So in that case, we can have that one as 8x is equal to 12 times 12, right? Mm-mm. Oh, wait for a while. I really need to pee. Wait lang. Wait for a while. I will pee. Okay. So if this is the 8 in here, okay, that one here is the height, okay, then the corresponding side is, oops, I wrote the wrong one. Maybe because I really want to pee earlier. Okay. So the corresponding side is the 12. This part in here is 12, right? The base of it is 6, right? And we don't know the base in here, right? Because for the whole thing, here, the base is this one, right? Mhm. So if you write the formula in here, we can have that one as AD over the DE is similar, so it has a ratio with AB over BC, right? So this is the BC that we don't know yet, okay? So continuing to solve in here, we now have here, let's put this one as X, as we don't know that value, it will become 12 times 6, right? Mm. Then for 12 times 6 divided by 8, we get 9. Okay. So BC here is 9. Okay. Now, using our Pythagorean theorem, okay, so we have here the AC, and we can solve for AE also. For our AE, it's just Pythagorean of 8 squared plus 6 squared, right? That's 64 plus 36. That is square root of 100. So that is 10. So this part here is 10. Hmm. So we need to solve for the whole AC, right? The whole AC, which is still in Pythagorean na theorem, right? Which is 2 to 5. Hmm. So in here, our Pythagorean for AC is just 12 squared plus 9 squared, which is 144 plus 81, which is square root of 2 to 5, okay? And that would be 15. So the whole thing here is 15. So the EC, this part is just simply 5, okay? Because again, the whole thing in here is 15. So 10 plus 5, it's 15. So the question mark EC, which we don't know, is equal to 5. Okay? As easy as like that. So many ways to solve this one, I know. Okay? It depends on you, on what solution you want to use, and which solution is easy for you. Solve it the way it is. That's what you want. Okay? Okay, let's now have number 2. Number 22. Rectangular coordinate system. We have here 9, 7, 2, negative 5, negative 6, 4. Then we're gonna repeat the 9, 7. We call it the shoelace method. Okay? So shoelace method, multiply, multiply, multiply. And then later, we are gonna multiply this one also. Multiply, multiply, multiply. It looks like a shoelace, right? So we have now 9 times uh, 7 times 2, which is 14. So 7 times 2, which is 14. Negative 5 times negative 6, that is 30. Okay, I will write 5 times 6. Then this is plus 4 times 9. Okay? Mm. Then minus our lower na shoelace, it's 9 times negative 45. 9 times negative 5 plus 2 times 4 plus negative 6 times 7. Okay? That part. So this is 1/2 of the absolute value of 14 plus 30 plus 36 minus negative 45 plus 8 minus 42. Okay, that part. So we have here negative 45 plus 8 minus 42. That will be negative 79, diba? Okay. So we have here 14 plus 30 plus 36. That is 80. Okay. It will become 1/2 of absolute value of 80 minus negative 79. Okay. That will become 1/2 of 80 plus 79, right? So 80 plus 79, we get 159. So 1/2 of 159, that is 79 and 1/2. That is our answer. Shoelace method. Okay. So you can use this to any cyclic quadrilateral. So say for example, if you have to sum of the cyclic quadrilateral. So say for example, if we have here uh mm, in general cyclic polygons. Yes, you can use this one. Mm-mm. As long as it applies to all the conditions. So you can use it on pentagon, hexagon, triangle, all of it. Okay? Okay. Let's have here number 23. If the lengths of the sides of a triangle are 16, 30, and 34, find the area of the triangle. Now, let's double check first. Mm-mm. Is this right triangle? Mm. Let's double check. So if you have 16 squared plus 30 squared, get the square root of that, diba? That would be equal to square root of 16 squared is 256 plus 900. That is square root of 1156. And that is equal to 34. So it is a right triangle. Okay? Very easy, right? Now, on that part in here, since it's a right triangle, so 16 here and 30 will be the base and height. So area is base times height over 2, which is 16 times 30 over 2, which is 16 times 15. So the answer is 240. As easy as like that. Any questions? Okay, yeah. What's your question?
So what if it's not a right triangle?
Hmm. So if it's not a right angle triangle, then use Heron's formula. So if it's not right triangle, okay, Heron's formula. So the Heron's formula is if you have semi-perimeter, A plus B plus C all over 2. And then the area is square root of S, S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. You put that one on your notes also. This is general formula. So even if this is a right angle triangle, you still use the Heron's formula, it will still work. Okay? Mm-mm. So take note, this will still work on right angle triangle. Oops, wrong color. So still works on right triangle. Okay? Okay. Let's now have 24. It is known that the ratio of the 6 interior angles of hexagon is 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Find the value of the greatest interior angle. Now, let's solve for the total interior angle. So, you know the formula for getting the total interior angle? It's just n minus 2 times 180, right? So since this is a hexagon, meaning n here is equal to 6. So this is 4 times 180, right? Then 4 times 180, that would be equal to 720 degrees. Total interior angle. Now, for that interior angle, you need to distribute it. 2 is to 2 is to 3 is to 3 is to 4 is to 4. Okay? And that one is 2x plus 2x plus 3x plus 3x plus 4x plus 4x. Okay? So this is 4, okay, 18. This is 18x is equal to 720, right? So we divide it by 18, we get x is equal to 40. Now we are looking for the greatest. The greatest here is the 4x. So 4x is equal to 4 times 40. And the answer is 160. And that's it.
Excuse me, can you show me the Heron's formula? I didn't notice it.
Number 23.
Yes.
Okay. You copy it fast. Okay? I will write it properly also. I think I wrote it too fast. It's not readable. S minus A, S minus A, minus B, minus C. Then A, B, C for 3 sides. Okay? Done?
Yes.
Okay. So last category, which is the combinatorics. So we have in here, 20 cards are marked from 1 to 20. 2 of these cards are drawn without replacement. Find the probability that the sum of the cards drawn is an even number. It's gonna be even number, right? So how are we gonna get even number? It's either, so to get even, so to get here even, we will have even plus even, and we have here odd plus odd, right? And in 1 to 20, there are 10 even, 10 odd, right? So for our case, even plus even, that would be out of 10 even, you choose 2 numbers to draw. Okay? Now, plus our condition, which is odd plus odd, out of 10 numbers, you choose 2 numbers that is odd. Okay? All over the total probability, which is out of 20 numbers, you choose 2. Okay? See? As easy as like that. So this becomes 10 times 9 over 2 plus 10 times 9 over 2 all over 20 times 19 over 2. Simplifying, we get 9 over 19. And this is our answer. So be mindful of the logic. This is combinatorics. You use combination, but in solving the question, you use logic. There are 10 even numbers. You're going to choose 2 so that even plus even will become even. So 10, choose 2, right? There are 10 odd numbers. You're going to choose 2 because odd plus odd will become even. So 10, choose 2. Okay? Then probability, don't forget probability. It's the conditional over total. So the conditional in here is 10C2 plus 10C2. The total is 20C2. Okay? Okay, next question. Done. Any questions for this?
What does it mean by 10 choose 2? What does it mean by 10 choose 2? 10C2 plus 10C2.
Oh, you don't know combination? If we have 10C, okay, wait for a while. I didn't know that you don't know that one. You have here combination NCR. I'll use color red. You have combination NCR. That is n factorial over r factorial n minus r factorial. So when you have 10C2, that means 10 factorial over over 2 factorial, 8 factorial. 2 factorial, 8 factorial. So that would be 10 times 9 times 8 factorial over 2 factorial, 8 factorial. Cancel 8 factorial, we'll get 10 times 9 over 2. Okay? You know what's a factorial, right? So 10 factorial is equal to 10 times 9 times 8 until times 1. Okay? Got that one? Any questions?
No.
Okay, for this one, 5 identical black balls, 3 identical white balls, and 2 identical red balls. What you're gonna do in here is get how many balls are there. 5 plus 3 plus 2 factorial. Okay, don't forget, if you have 3 balls, you arrange them 3 factorial ways. That is why we have factorial. If you have 10 balls, you arrange them 10 factorial ways. If you have 3 numbers, arrange them 3 factorial ways. That's why 6 ways to arrange 3 numbers, right? Now, in this one, it's identical. Because of that, it's identical. The 5 identical balls, it doesn't matter how many times you put them or how many placements you put them. Understand? It will not matter how many placements you put them. So it will become 5 factorial times 3 factorial times 2 factorial. Okay? So this is 10 times 9 times 8 because this is 10 factorial times 7 times 6. We just write until times 5 factorial because we can cancel the 5 factorial. Cancel, cancel. 3 factorial is 3 times 2 which is 6. Cancel 2 and 10 which is 5. So we will get here 45 times 42 and we will get 2,520 and that is our answer. Okay? Yes, Brian? Any questions?
No, clear.
No questions?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
It says there, were we able to get rid of 10 by dividing it by 2, making it 5?
Yes. So we cancel this one here, this one. This 10, it becomes 5 because we cancel the 2 in here. Yan, that one. Yes, correct. Then we cancel the 6 because for 3, right? and cancel the 5 factorial and 5 factorial. Okay? Because when you have 6 over 3 factorial, 6 over 3 times 2, which is simply 1. Okay? Okay, any more questions?
Sir, can I use the fundamental counting principle?
You can, but it will take time. From the name counting principle, you cannot count everything in here. It's 2,520. But
Uh,
the fundamentals of counting principle, it's still the same as this. Mm-mm.
excuse me, sir.
Yeah?
Earlier at question 25, how come we didn't cancel 10 and by dividing it by 2?
Oh, we I did. Yes. I just didn't continue it in here, but cancel, cancel, it will become 5. Cancel, cancel, it will become 5. Cancel, cancel, it will become 10. Right? Mm. So it will become 45 plus 45, which is 90. So this is 90 over 190, and still 9 over 90. Sorry, I did it mentally. I thought you were able to keep up with my solution, but it's the same. Mm-mm. Okay, let's have here number 27. What is the probability that the product of results of rolling 3 pair 6-sided dice is a prime number? So it's a prime number uh when you draw, okay? And take note, 3 pair 6-sided dice, okay? So probability, oops, probability is conditional over total. Now, for total, of course, 6 cubed because 6 dice, right? 6, 3, okay. So that's why here the total is 6 cubed. Hmm. Now, what are the prime numbers in that dice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 2, 3, 5. So we have 2, 3, 5. That is 3, right? Mm-mm. Now, what is the probability that the product of the results of the rolling 3 pair 6-sided dice is a prime number? Mm. So we cannot have it as 2 times 2 times 3, diba? Or we cannot have it as 2 times 2 times 5 or whatever it is. We can only have it as 1 times 1 times 1, or 1 times 1 times 2, or 1 times 1 times 3 prime, then 1 times 1 times 5. There's only 3 of that, no? Right? So 3 ways, right? 3 ways. So in that 3 ways, you can arrange it 3 times. It could be that you put the 3 on the first prime on the first number or the first dice, or the prime on the second dice, or the prime on the third dice. So multiply by another 3. Okay? Meaning this one here for 3 placements. Okay? First, second, or third, we put there the prime number. And why is it 3? 3 ways. You can have it as 112, 113, 115. Okay, question?
How did you get 63? Isn't it like 100, 216? Like
63? Where's
63. How did you get this? 63.
63? 6 raised to 3. This is an exponent. 6
Oh,
raised to 3. This is the total number of ways. Okay?
okay.
Because the dice has 6 faces and it is thrown 3 times. There are 3 times the dice. So 6 times 6 times 6. That's the total number of ways because of the 3 dice. Okay? 3 dice, 6 faces. Okay, so this one in here is 9 over 216. And simplifying, that's 1 over 24. And that is our answer. Again, the first three is the number of ways to arrange. 112, 113, 115. Now, the second three there is for the placement, three placements. You can have it as 1, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 1, or 2, 1, 1, like that. So that is why that's the number of ways. Total of 9. No need to write all of it. If you write all of it, it will take you so much time. You will be eaten by the time. You don't have enough time to finish all of it. Okay, let's have number 28. How many pairs of positive integers AB satisfying 2AB minus 3A plus 4B is equal to 22? So we can factor out here the A. So if we factor out the A, say we have 2B minus 3A plus 4B is equal to 22. So we can factor out the A. We can get 2B minus 3 plus this is 4B in here, right? Mm. We want to have 2B minus 3. So we can have 2, then 2B, right? Now, look, we want them to be the same. We want them to be the same. So we put minus 3 in here. So in total, we put minus 6 in here. So we put minus 6 also in here, right? So rewriting this one, it will become A 2B minus 3, then plus 2, 2B minus 3, 22 minus 6, 16, right? And we can factor out the 2B minus 3. It will become, say, for example, this is AY plus 2Y is equal to 16. This will become Y is equal to A minus 2 equal to 16. Rewriting the value of Y that we have is 2B minus 3, then A minus 2 is equal to 16, right?
I think that plus 2
Okay.
not minus 2.
Yeah, question?
You wrote the wrong, like it's I plus 2 not I minus 2.
Yeah, correct. Plus 2. Yes. Sorry. This one is plus. Thank you for that. So this is A plus 2. Okay? 2B minus 3, then A plus 2, right? So what do we have in here to get 16? So we can either have 16 times 1, or 4 times 4, or 2 times 8, right? So how many pairs of positive integers AB satisfying 2AB? Okay. So if this is 16 here, and this is 1 in here, so our A value in here is 14, and our B value in here is 2, right? So is this the only pair na positive? Let's check. So what if you have 2B minus 3, which is A plus 2, and we have it as 16 and 1. So A here is equal to, if this is 1, it's negative 3. Oh, it's negative 1, right? So it's not positive. It's gonna be negative already, right? If this is 4 and 4, this will become A is equal to 2. Okay. If this is equal to 4, then it will become 7. Then this one will become a fraction. B here will become 7 over 2, which is not an integer. This is a fraction, right? So let's try 8 and 2. A will become 0. If this is 2 and 8, A will become 0, which is not a positive, right? If you have 2 and 8 in here, so our A here is equal to, A here is equal to, if this is 8, oh, not possible, right? Kasi it will become, ay, possible pa. It will become 6, right? So if this is 6 in here, it will become 5. So this is b is equal to 5 over 2, which is not an integer. It's a fraction. It's a rational number. So the only pair that we have is only one pair. And that is our answer. Okay? Okay. Mm. I just double checked everything in here. Yeah, Brian?
Can I use a graphing paper for solving it?
Uh, sorry. Can you use?
Can I graph it?
Yes, of course. You're free to graph, but look at the expression in here. Is it easy to graph? It's not.
Oh,
Huh? So better you solve it like this na lang. Okay?
okay, sir.
Okay. It is known that A, B, C, D are integers and all of them are greater than 0. So when you say greater than 0, it's 1 or equal to 1. No? C, A, C, B, C, D. Okay. Find the number of solutions. Now, we have A plus B plus C plus D is equal to 8. Now, don't forget stars and bars. The formula for stars and bar is N plus R minus 1 combination R minus 1. Okay? Now, in here, the integer should be greater than 0. So what we're gonna do, we distribute already 1 to each. We distribute 1 to each. So it will become A plus B plus C plus D equal to 4. So this is correct. They are already greater than 0, right? So we have here N is equal to 4 and our R is equal to 4 because there are 4 of them. So this will become 4 plus 4 minus 1 combination 4 minus 1. And that's 7C3. And that is 7 factorial over 3 factorial over 4 factorial. And that's equal to 7 factorial over 3 factorial. Oops. I will write it full. 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 factorial over 4 factorial. Cancel, cancel. Cancel, cancel. You'll get 7 times 5, which is 35. And this is our answer. Okay? Got that one? Very easy, right? Stars and bars. You just need to know how to distribute the numbers. And you should be very careful in getting the value of n because the value of n varies. The value of n matters. Say, for example, greater than 0. So from 8, you distribute 1 to each A, B, C, D. Oh, it will become 8 minus 4, which is 4 already. So the n becomes 4. Okay? Okay, let's have here 30. Okay, the last one. Find the number of two-digit numbers such that the tens digit is larger than the units digit. The tens digit is larger than the units digit. So from 9, you can have 98, 97, 96 until 90, 90. No? That is 9 numbers. If you have 8, we have 87, 86 until 80. That is 8 numbers. If you have 76, 75 until 70, we have 7 numbers. So the pattern here is 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus until plus 1. And that would be equal to 45. And that is our answer. Okay, pattern lang for 30. So very easy on that one. Okay? Any questions? None?
No.
No, sir.
Okay. I hope you learned a lot today. I noticed that uh, most of you very smart. So I hope you study well and then you you keep on practicing, okay? So that you'll be ready next week. Okay? Anyway, so I think that would be all. So